Good afternoon. A good rainy afternoon, everybody. It says Monday. We got another rainy day. Supposed to rain all day tomorrow with this next front that's coming through. And after the rain's over with, it's going to get cold and it will blow for 2 or 3 days. Like it always does. So I'm not going to say when the next fishing video is going to be. I will just play it by ear. It does not look good for this week. But if I get a chance to go, I'll go. And we'll do that. Now, since it's the way it is, we're going to get back in the shop. I'm going to concentrate on a bunch of knives. I have a few things to do, and I'm going to show you all that. First of all, I have a new design. Master Sergeant brought me a knife about probably a month ago now. It's been a while that he picked up somewhere, and he said, "Hey, you like this design?" I said, "Well, I like it." And I've been asked for a fighting knife design, one made for just, you know, self-defense, that kind of thing. So I modified the one that he brought a little bit. I made a pattern, and that's what it looks like. Now I'm going to call it the Master Fighter. It's 8 inches long overall. The blade is 3 3/4 inches. And this is not a whittling knife, not a bushcrafting knife. This is one of those like the Royal Gambler, made for one thing. You know, self-defense if you need it. And you never know when you might need something like that. So I like the design. I think it's really cool. I'm going to cut out 2 or 3 of those today, along with the other stuff I got to do. And I'm going to make these out of this steel right here. And this is an old crosscut saw. I've got enough of this material to do 5 or 6 of these. And I have other material I can make the same thing out of. But this is really good stuff here. Very, very good steel. So if you want in on the early stages of this, let me know. I've got enough of the crosscut material, like I said, for 5, maybe 6. Now it will come with a leather belt sheath. And I'm thinking on this one is going to be probably in the $100 range for that knife and the sheath, with free shipping on these. So that's one thing. The next thing I got to do this week, long time viewers remember when I made the skein do. If you don't know what a skein do is, look it up. It is a knife that the Scottish people used and still use today. They would they tuck them in their sock, you know, because back in those days they weren't allowed to carry knives and all this kind of thing. And they're used for just general purpose. When they're eating supper, eating whatever, you know, cutting meat, that kind of thing. I should know more about them because, of course, my name is a little bit Scottish, but but I know basically nothing about my Scottish heritage. So anyway, skein do. This is a Chinese replica of one that I'll use for a pattern. That's what they look like. Not real big, but very handy knife. This one happened to come in closed sheath like that. Now the first one I made was had a wooden sheath I made out of cedar. But to make it simple, I'll do a regular belt sheath or just a straight sheath that you can tuck down in your sock, whatever you want. The sheath on these is whatever you want. Don't have a price point on these yet, but it will be under $100. I know a lot of people cringe at prices of custom made knives, but you gotta figure the time and everything that goes into one, and nobody works for free. You know, you can't do it. Now another thing I gotta do this next week or so, I have a full-on restoration on this here. Now this is for a friend of mine, very young friend of mine. This is a U.S. Air Force pilot's survival knife. That's what that one is. Now the handle's been covered with shrink wrap, but underneath there's leather. This one has got to be restored all the way. New handle, new everything. New sheath. The metal part of the sheath here, that will stay with it. That'll go back on the new sheath that I'm going to make. It will have a sharpening stone in there, just like it did when it was made. And that's something I got to do this week. Now, if you want to see what that's supposed to look like when it's brand spanking new, I have a brand spanking new one right there. Now this was sent to me a couple of years back, and it still has all the info on there. Let's see if we can get it on the camera. But this is made by Camillus Knife Company, Camillus USA. This one is circa 1984. It's got the military nomenclature on there. Now this thing has never been used. The original stone, Sharpening Stone, is right there. It's in there. All it needs is a little bit of cleaning up. Clean that blade up a little bit. It's never been sharpened, just like it came from the day it was made. Now this is in my collection, and why do we collect things is because there'll come a time when you need a collection to come up with some funding, so I'm going to make this available. Mint condition, basically brand new. Now look these up online. They sell for $50 to $150 depending on condition. And this is another one that I have. One in this condition right here. Now this one is just like this other one here. It's a Vietnam era. One like this will sell for $50 to $75. Just like that. Ragged sheath, the whole 9 yards. So I want to make this one available as pristine mint that it is. $100. First emailer, that one is yours. Just like that. If you want me to clean up the blade a little bit and sharpen it, I will do that. No extra charge. But there you go. That is available. Now this one, just like it is, I'm going to make available also. It needs a full-on restoration. It needs a new handle, new leather, stacked leather handle to make it right. Of course, a new sheath. and I can do all that. But if you want it just like it is, $75, that can be yours. If you want it full on restored, that's a lot of work. We're going to call it $150, fully restored. Okay, that's that. Now the first one I showed you is not for sale. That is for a young friend of mine. We're going to do that for him. Now one more thing I pulled out of the collection I'm going to show you. Now this is really cool here. This is, now I'm not sure exactly what it is. I believe it is a Swedish bayonet. It's either Swedish or German, but I think it's Swedish. And it's not old because it has a plastic scabbard. It is stainless steel. Look at that. Now it doesn't appear to have any use to it. It's not, it is a, the bayonet, dagger style bayonet. It's not sharp, but I can sharpen it if you want it sharpened. This plastic sheath here, it has some markings up here that may tell you what it is. I hadn't looked it up. I'm not going to look it up. And it has the original belt scabbard that goes with it, just like that. Now this leather scabbard here needs cleaning up. If you are a collector and you would like to have this and clean it up yourself, let's see, it goes that way. Yeah, that way. So that's right there. I'll send it to you just like this. Now, like I said, I have no idea on the value of this thing. So if you're interested, please email me. Email link is right there, down below, somewhere right there. And make an offer. So I've had it for a long time. I enjoyed having it. Maybe somebody else would like to have it in their collection. So, go back over what we got. The Master Fighter. Going to start those today. I also have a 10-piece set I've got to build. And 10-piece sets take at least 2 weeks to get done. Because they come with the cedar block and all that. Look on the website. I'll put that link below too. I've had several people ask about 10-piece sets. I have enough cedar to make the blocks for the one I'm making now and 2 more, and then I don't have any more of the classic Alabama cedar. But I can get more, but if I have to go buy it, it's going to cost more. So anybody's interested in one of those, check out the website, let me know. Pardon me. Like I said, since the weather is just not cooperating, I can't get out and fish. Long-time viewers, long-time subscribers, y'all know exactly why I can't go out in rainy weather, cold weather, or even by myself for the most part. For the new folks, cold weather, rainy weather, if I get sick, I'll stay sick for a couple of weeks. Just like the last few weeks. I never did figure out what that was. Doesn't matter. But once I get sick, I'm sick. So I have to be very, very careful about that kind of thing. The reason I can't go by myself a whole lot, mainly my family, my wife, my kids, they'll all just get all over me if I try to go off somewhere like that by myself. Because of my health condition, for y'all that don't know, if you do know, I don't mean to sound, like a drone saying something over and over and over. If you don't know, I have a pacemaker and defibrillator installed here. I've had open heart surgery. I have COPD, emphysema, all this kind of neat stuff for health problems. So that's one reason I can't get off by myself a lot. Because if something happens, I'm pretty much helpless. If a lot of guys, some of y'all have COPD, some of my friends, y'all know. If you have an attack, you're helpless. Absolutely helpless. And I don't want to have one of those attacks in the boat by myself. If I do, chances are they'll find me floating somewhere. But I would much rather have somebody with me to, 911. Y'all know what I'm saying. But for the new viewers, that's why I don't go fish by myself. I don't fish in the rain and the cold and all that. I mean, I love to fish. I want to do fishing videos, but I cannot take a chance on something like that happening. I just can't do it. I feel like I'm too important around the house here, and I've got 4 grandchildren, 4 kids, 4 grandkids. I've got 4 in-laws, which we consider those our kids too. Pardon me. So, I mean, if I'm a big deal anywhere in the world, it's here at the house. So, you know what I mean. Grandpa's out there. Y'all understand. But anyway, any questions on any of this stuff that I've showed you today? The best way to contact is email. I appreciate the comments, I really do. I appreciate the likes. But if you're serious about any of this thing, email is the absolute best way. And I've been thinking about something else. I also have some vintage, very old fishing gear. And I have a reel, a rod, let's see, some baits, some artificial baits. Most of them are made in Sweden from the 1950s. Very nice stuff. It's just sitting, I've got it in my gun cabinet in the house. So if anybody collects antique fishing gear, send me an email. I'll send you some pictures of them in email or a private video, something like that. Because you never know who watches your videos. But I do have some of that kind of stuff that I would, let go of. I don't know what it's worth. I know it's worth something, but I'm just not sure. So antique fishermen, easy for me to say. People that collect that kind of stuff, if you're interested, send me an email and I will send you pictures and all that of what I have. And with that, it just stopped raining, but it'll start again pretty soon. So I thank y'all very much for watching. I thank you for your support. It means a lot to me. Just y'all stopping by and watching me. I appreciate you. And I will see y'all in a couple of days with some of these. One of these. and maybe this one restored. We'll see. Got a lot of work to do, but I can do it. Thank y'all for watching. Thank you for your support, and I will guarantee you see you later.